Alright everyone, it's Tori bringing it back with another video. So if you guys want to see how I did this very pretty pink look, well, keep watching. Well, here I am, fresh faced, besides these two pimples that decided they wanted to show up when I wanted to record. Well, we're gonna keep going anyways. So I'm gonna start off with this Mario Badescu, I think that's how you say it, facial spray. I love the way that this spray smells. It just makes you feel so fresh. Alright, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take our Fit Me concealer. This is, you can use any concealer, but this is my Die Hard one, and my Morphe Flat Brush, which I use for absolutely everything. And we're gonna dab our eyes. Usually what I do is I put concealer on my eyes to set for any like eyeshadow that I'm going to be using. It'll help it to stay a lot longer. So I just kind of use my finger to pat it through, and I do that on both eyes, of course. And I do apologize, but I feel like doing my eyebrows takes so long, so I decided to leave that out. But if you guys really want to see a video on how I do my eyebrows, make sure you guys like and let me know in the comments below, okay? Now, another part of setting your eyes, after you put the concealer on, I like to take a translucent powder. I'm using this Airspun one that I bought, but honestly, I miss my Laura Mercier, so I may have to go and buy some. I know it's super expensive, but it's literally like my favorite translucent powder I have used ever, but this will have to do. So I'm going to take my Airspun powder, and I just kind of take a bigger fluffy brush, and I just pat it onto the... Now that we've fully set our eyes, I usually take a transitional shade. The one that I'm using is from the Saharan palette by Juvia's Place, and I love this palette. It's so pretty, and their colors, if you guys have not tried Juvia's Place, but their colors are so amazing, and they just give off such good color payoff. So now I'm going to take my Riviera palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, of course. And I'm going to take the very pinkish shade that they have, and which is called Bahamas. I love this color, but it's just so vibrant and so pink. And I'm using the brush that comes with the palette. I love this. I don't know why. I love the brushes that come with it. So basically, I'm just going to keep blending in my crease. And I'm using a fluffy brush. So if you guys are doing like a eyeshadow look, I definitely recommend getting a fluffy brush like this. There's a lot of places that you can buy these fluffy brushes, but this one came with the palette. I like it. And an awesome fact about this eyeshadow palette, if you go to Sephora or Ulta, it's probably over $40. But I picked this up at my local TJ Maxx for, guess how much? $24.99. So if you guys don't know, that's a beauty hack. You guys can get your name brand makeup, some name brand makeup, at your local TJ Maxx Marshalls. So now I'm just kind of patting in that pink eyeshadow to the outer corner of my eyes. I'm using a different brush. It's a little bit more of a fluffier flat brush, but I like it because I feel like I can also blend with it into my crease. So I'm just kind of taking that, making it a little bit more pigmented on the ends of my eye. And if you get it in the middle, it's fine. We're going to cover it up with our cut crease, of course. Yay! Now time for our soft cut crease. So, of course, I'm taking my Fit Me concealer. Again, I love this stuff. And my flat brush that I use all the time. And we're going to make this cut line. Now, you see me blinking a lot because I'm trying to figure out where my cut crease is, because I don't have, like, huge eyelids to do a cut crease. But we're going to make it work. So I just kind of pat this concealer on, and I make sure it's a straight line. That's why I'm using this brush. I feel like it helps a lot. And I just kind of pat it on. Brush it out a little bit. So now I'm going to take my translucent powder and I'm going to pat it on top of the concealer. This, of course, is going to help us set that cut crease. And it's only a soft one, so it's not going to look as sharp as it does right now. So now that we've set that, I'm going to wet a round flat brush. You have to have multiple of these, but I'm going to take this color called Vermeer, and that's in the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. It's like a really, really pretty shimmery pink. And I'm gonna just use this to start the cut crease. Now, as you can see, the shade doesn't really blend out. So basically what I'm gonna do is take this other color called Palermo that's in the Riviera palette, and I am going to kind of blend that pink with the really, really light pink. And I'm just gonna keep blending until it looks like I feel like it's good enough. So now I'm going to use this NYX white liquid liner, and this is where it all went bad. I have never used this before, and no one told me it was going to get all over my eyelashes, but here we are, getting it all over my eyelashes. And it's okay. We're going to do trial and error. I'm going to make it work, I promise. So now I'm gonna try to get this white liner off with some mascara. I mean, like, has anybody ever used this before? I have no idea how to get it out. I should have probably like pinched my lashes to get that white liner off of it, but I think the mascara is working all right, I guess. Now I'm gonna try to wipe the fallout shadow from under my eye with a makeup wipe. It's really important to keep these handy at all times. So if you guys are like me, you love glitter. I'm gonna be using this NYX glitter and my trusty old Duo Lash Glue. Sorry guys, it's a little tired, but I'm still not out of it yet, so I don't have to go buy some new. Don't make fun of me. But what I do is I take my Duo Lash Glue and I apply it to the liner, which is already dry. And this is how I apply the glitter. So I'm gonna let it get a little bit tacky, and then I'm gonna take this really small brush. Honestly, I don't know what size it is. I don't know what kind of brush it is, but it's got a small tip. And I put it into the glitter and I pat it onto the liner, which has the lash glue on it, so it helps it to stick. And if you guys ever do like a glitter eye look, this is what you'll use. I mean, I feel like it's more of a safer option. So I'm just gonna apply it to the whole line, and I feel like it just looks so cute. If you don't know, using glitter in your eyeshadow looks is super messy, so make sure you have a makeup wipe handy. And last for eyes is eyelashes. I decided to put my lashes on off camera, so if you guys have time, make sure you guys go and check out my previous video on how to apply lashes. So now I'm going to take my Too Faced Do You Glowing Facial Primer. I love this because I feel like it smells so good, like watermelon. And then I'm going to use my HD Mattifying Balm. I only apply this to my nose because my nose gets super shiny and oily, and the rest of my face is like dry. And I'm going to apply my foundation now. I use Estée Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade Desert Beige. I got a lighter shade because I'm a little whiter in the winter, and that's okay. Using my Morphe M439 buffer brush, I'm going to be buffing this foundation into my skin. So I kind of do like round strokes. I don't usually use a brush, but I've heard this brush is like super good. So I use this first. Take my Real Techniques blending sponge, and what I just buffed into my skin with that foundation, I push into my skin with my wet sponge. So it's good to get it wet. It kind of helps it get into your skin a little bit more, and I feel like it just looks more like skin. And then I'm going to take my Fit Me concealer, of course, and I'm going to do my under eyes, my nose, and my forehead. And then I'm going to take my darker Pro Concealer in the shade Toffee, and I'm going to use this to do a cream contour. And I kind of go around. I look super tribal. I don't know why, but I love when people put on contour. And I know you guys have probably heard this like a billion times, but the key to makeup is blending. Blending, 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 until you cannot blend anymore. So now I'm just gonna set my under eyes with some translucent powder. It just kind of gets them so that it doesn't crease. Using my Bronzer palette by Morphe, I'm just gonna do a powder contour over the cream contour that I did. It just kind of helps accentuate it a little bit. So taking my concealer again, I'm going to kind of cut my contour a little bit more because it was starting to look a little bit muddy. So that's what I did, and then I just kind of go over it with the powder. Now taking my ABH blush trio, I'm going to be using the pinkest shade in the palette, and of course blushing my face. Now for highlight, I'm going to be using two different highlighters. One is this ABH Liquid Glow Highlighter. It comes in a tube, and I got this super cheap at, guess where? TJ Maxx, of course, for $5.99. You guys, I'm serious. You have to go check TJ Maxx out. But I just kind of do a couple dots, and then I blend it in with my blending sponge. And then I'm going to go over it with my very tired and used and well-loved ABH Nicole Guerrero. I can't even say her last name. Guerrero. You guys, this is embarrassing. I'm so Mexican. But I'm going to use that and go over the liquid highlight to make it a little bit more highlighted. I love highlighter, guys. It's like my favorite part of makeup. And taking a smaller brush, I usually do a highlight on my brow bone as well as my inner corners to kind of get me a little bit more of a glow. And then I take my highlighter over my brow bone and just kind of different areas of your face. Going back into that Riviera palette, I'm going to be using the shade Palermo, and I'm going to be doing my under eye. And now with this Smashbox brightening mascara, I'm just going to be doing my bottom lashes to kind of get them to pop a little more. And last, but certainly not least, I'm going to be using my Sephora Luster Matte. I honestly don't know what shade this is. I've had it for a little while, but I love this shade. It's super pink, and I think it just goes perfect with this look. And there you have it, guys. A full, very pink Valentine's Day look that I feel like it could possibly be easy. Of course, we gotta set our face, so I'm gonna do a little bit of this Mario Badescu facial spray as well as my e.l.f. setting spray, and we'll be all set to go for the night. Whether you're going out with your man or having a Galentine's Day, whatever it is, girl, have fun. Remember that. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Stay tuned for another video coming up this week.